Hello friends, today I am going to talk about anonymous types in C Sharp. We'll learn what anonymous types are and how and when to use them in C Sharp program. So before we get started, just a quick reminder to subscribe my channel, hit the red button and don't forget to click on the little bell icon. That way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, without any further delay, let's get started. Anonymous types in C Sharp 3.0 and above. What are anonymous types? Anonymous types are reference types without any name that are automatically inferred and created from object initializers. They are particularly useful when querying and transforming data with LINQ. Okay, let's try to understand with the help of examples shown over here. So here what I have written, where imply is equal to new opening curly braces, imply id is equal to 1 comma name is equal to Ravi comma city is equal to Frankfurt, closing curly braces and semicolon. This is the way how we write the anonymous type. If you notice the syntax, what I have done over here is I have created an anonymous type with the help of new operator with an object initializer syntax, and that's what I wrote. New opening curly braces imply id is equal to 1, name is equal to Ravi, city is equal to Frankfurt, and closing curly braces and semicolon. And to hold the reference of the anonymous types, I have used this var keyword, which is nothing but the implicitly typed variable, right? And that's what I have written, var imply is equal to. This is the reference I am storing into this variable imply. Okay, so this is the way how we are going to write these anonymous types. Okay, let's see the another examples where I have used anonymous types in Sling query. So here if you notice, there are two character arrays, capital letter and the small letter. Capital letter char arrays that holds three capital letters A, B and C, whereas small char arrays hold three small letters P, Q and R. And if you notice this in link query, what I have written, where cross join query is equal to from capital in capital letter, from small in small letter, select new opening curly braces capital comma small closing curly braces and semicolon. So here I have used anonymous types to define two read-only properties, capital and small. So this is the way how we have used these anonymous types in the link query. Okay, let's switch to the Visual Studio and see all these things in action. So here we are on Visual Studio. Here we are going to see the demo of the anonymous types. So for that, what I have done, I have created one console application named anonymous types that has program.cs file. In program.cs file, there is a class named program that has main method, which is an entry point of this application. Here in the first statement, I'm just printing this statement anonymous types demo because I'm just giving the demo of the anonymous types. And then I have written one anonymous type where imply is equal to new opening curly braces, imply id is equal to 1 comma name is equal to Ravi comma city is equal to Frankfurt, closing curly braces and semicolon. So this anonymous type reference I am storing into this var variable imply. Okay, so basically this imply is going to hold the reference of this anonymous type. Okay, in the next statement, what I'm trying to do over here is I'm just going to retrieve the value from the anonymous type object, and that's what I have written, imply.imply id, imply.name, and then imply.city. So these three values I am just going to retrieve it from this anonymous type object and printing into this console window. Okay, so this is the first statement I have written, this console.writeLine line number 11. Okay, then if suppose I have written something like this, what I'm trying to do over here is I'm just going to cast this anonymous type object to the imp type. And this imp type is nothing but this, there is a class imp that has three attributes, int imply id, a string name and a string city. So here what I'm trying to do over here is I'm just trying to convert it from this anonymous type object to the imp type. And if you see this red underline mark, what it says, it says cannot convert type anonymous types int imply id, a string name, a string city to anonymous type demo.imp. So this is not allowed. So that's what we are going to get error if we are going to convert other than object. So let me comment this. The next statement, what I'm trying to do over here is I'm going to convert this imply anonymous type object to object type, and it is permitted in C#, and that's why we are able to write something like this. Object imp is equal to, I'm just converting to the object type imply, and we are able to write it, and it's valid to write in C#. Okay, now in the next context, what I'm trying to do, there are two character arrays. One holds capital letter, that basically A, B, C are the value associated with it. A small character array, it has P, Q, R value. And then what I'm doing, I'm just going to perform this cross join, and that's what I have written link query for this. from capital in capital letter, from small in small letter, select new capital small. So basically I have written this read only property capital and small into this new anonymous type, right? And that's what it is valid to write. And from this I enumerable local variable that we have defined with the help of var keyword, we are able to retrieve the data. How we are going to retrieve it? We can retrieve it with the help of for each loop. That's what I have written, for each var obj in cross join query, and then I'm retrieving from the obj.capital obj.small, and it will be executing till this cross join query is having the data. Okay, so all those statement is going to get printed into this console window. Now if you see what I have written over here, print data imply. So print data is nothing but one of the method in program file. This is the static method that basically accept dynamic type and returning to the void return type. Basically it is not returning anything. That's what I have written the return type as a void. So it is just printing this statement, printing from print data method, and then this dynamic type, whatever the value that we are going to pass against this print data, it is going to accept as a dynamic type, and we are able to retrieve the data with the help of dynamic type over here. So imp.imply id, imp.name, imp.city, it is just going to print these things. Basically print data is going to accept this dynamic type input parameter, input value, and then it is just going to retrieve the value from this dynamic type and printing into this console window. So that's what this print data is doing. So here it's very important to notice over here what I'm trying to do over here is imply. Imply is nothing but the anonymous type object that I'm sending as a parameter into this print data method. So I'm sending anonymous type object, but at the receiving it we need to mention this dynamic type, then only we are able to receive their data. It's very important whenever we are going to send any anonymous type object as a parameter to different method, at the accepting end we need to mention this dynamic keyword. Okay, let me execute this program and show this output to you. Okay, so output got appear into this console window. If you see this output, anonymous type demo got printed, then employee id is equal to 1, name is equal to Ravi, city is equal to Frankfurt got printed, and it got printed with the help of this console.writeline statement, which is written in 11 line number, right? So this statement got printed, and that's what we are able to see this employee id, name, Ravi, city is equal to Frankfurt, right? And then if you see what I'm printing, cross join query data, and this cross join query data, it is getting printed from here, cross join query data, right? Cross join query data, it is printing from here. And then what I'm trying to do over here is I'm just going to retrieve the data and printing capital and small. So it just printed a matches p, a matches q, a matches r, b matches p, b matches q, b matches r, c matches p, c matches q, c matches r. So basically this cross join operation got performed and it got printed over here. Whatever we wanted to print in this console.writeline statement, it got printed over here. Now if you see, this statement got printed, printing from printed data method, and this statement is coming from inside this print data method, right? So this statement got printed, printing from print data method, and then employee id, name, and city got printed. And if you notice here, I have just passed this anonymous type object and accepted in the dynamic type, and with the help of dynamic type I'm just going to retrieving the data to successfully print into this console window. Important facts about anonymous types. Let's learn some important facts about anonymous types. Number 1. Anonymous types can contain public read-only properties and cannot contain other members, for example, methods, fields, events, etc. It's very important whenever we are going to use anonymous types, we need to have only public read-only properties, not any other members like methods, fields, events, etc. Number 2. Anonymous types cannot be cast to any type except an object. We have already seen in the previous example, right? Number 3. The anonymous type is created with the help of a new operator with an object initializer syntax. The var keyword, which is nothing but the implicitly typed variable, is used to hold the reference of anonymous types. So we have already seen that var keyword, we are going to hold this reference of the anonymous type that we are defining with the help of new operator and with an object initializer syntax, right? That is the number 3. Number 4, anonymous types are a feature that was introduced in C# 3.0 and it is available in the above version. Okay. Number 5, anonymous object is an object that has no explicit type. So that's what we are not able to convert or cast to any type except an object. Number 6, the access scope of the anonymous type is limited to the method where it has been defined. However, if we want to send the anonymous types to another method, that method must accept the parameter of the dynamic type, but that is not recommended. If you see these examples where employee is equal to new opening curly braces, employee ID is equal to 1, comma, name is equal to Ravi, comma, city is equal to Frankfurt, closing curly braces and semicolon. So basically I have written one anonymous types over here, and I have kept its reference of anonymous types to this var variable employee. So basically what I'm trying to do over here is I'm just going to call this print data method, and here I'm sending this anonymous type object as a parameter. If you see, this is the print data method, and here for accepting I need to mention this dynamic type. Once dynamic type we are going to mention, then this print data is going to accept this anonymous type object, and they can use that. For example, I want to fetch this employee ID, name and city, and I'm planning to print into this console statement, right? So that's what I have written, console.writeLine employee ID. Then I have written imp.employee ID, name, imp.name, city, imp.city, and all these three things, all these three attributes value is going to get printed into this console window whenever we are going to call this print data method and passing this anonymous types object as a parameter. So this method is going to accept this input in a dynamic form, and we are able to retrieve the data from this dynamic type. Okay, so now that brings me to end of my session. To sum up, in this video, we learned what anonymous types are in C# and how and when to use it in a C# program. Finally, we discussed about its important facts associated with it. That's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends and colleagues, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. Thanks for watching. See you next video.